Given that cos theta equals -3/4 and sine theta is less than 0, find tan theta. So what this cos theta is -3/4 and sine theta is less than 0 tells me first is that cos and sine are both negative. So I can figure out which quadrant they're in by looking at all students take calculus. Well, I know everything's positive in the first quadrant, sine is positive in the second quadrant, and cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. So the quadrant where they're both negative is got to be T. So I'm going to draw my right triangle into the third quadrant. And now I'm going to use cosine theta, and I'm going to remember cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that tells me the adjacent side is -3 and the hypotenuse is 4. So from the reference angle, the hypotenuse is across from the right angle is 4 and the -3 is against it. So now I can use Pythagoras' theorem to find the opposite side. Because I know the hypotenuse, I know I got to subtract the squares. So 4 squared minus -3 squared is 16. Take away 9 is 7. So then that opposite side has to be the square root of 7. But because it's in the third quadrant, I know the y value has to be negative. So it's actually -√7. So tan theta is opposite over adjacent, -√7 over -3, which the negatives cancel. So we get tan theta is just √7 over 3.